Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Values to Verbs Alignment Assignment. Okay, so what we're doing is we've already found what our values are, and now we are going to find the verbs that help us learn how to live our values. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and do a little screen recording, and I'll just talk through it as we go. All right, so good luck. I'll make sure to put a PDF down below so you can check this out. And if you haven't seen the full video on values clarification, you can go check out day 22 in the 30 Habits in 30 Days video series if you want a little bit more background on the values. And if you haven't yet checked out 30 Habits in 30 Days video series, go do that too. I'll make sure I share a little playlist of that. All right, good luck. See you later. All right, so this is the Values Verbs Alignment activity. So in 3 steps, what we're going to do is discover what our core values are, what actions we can take to bring those to life, and then figuring out and reflecting and making sure that we're staying in alignment with our current habits and behaviors. So the first thing we'll do is just try to come up with 5 of your core values. Okay, so here you can see my core values. You don't have to worry about ranking them 1 through 5. Just come up with your top 5. And if you need help trying to figure out what your values are, there's different like core values assessments that you can use online. And I'll share one of the screen recordings I did for one of those. So if you want to do that, it can help just kind of prompt you into figuring out what your values are if you can't think of them off the top of your head. All right. So after you get your top 5, I want you to write down what they mean and pick the 3 that are the most powerful for you. So like I've talked about before, mine are truth, love, and wisdom. So I would put value 1, truth, and what this means to me. For me, it means seeking the truth, wanting to know the truth about God, about reality, about human beings, about psychology, spirituality. I just am fascinated by the experience of life itself, and I always just want to seek more knowledge and wisdom. So it's about uncovering the truth. And another part of that is speaking the truth, being honest with myself, being honest with others. And I think authenticity even falls into truth. It's like being aligned with my own heart, my own mind, my own soul. When all those 3 things are aligned, that's where I feel like truth flows. And when I surrender to that feeling of being of service to the highest good, I feel like that is my deepest truth and my deepest desire. So for me, that is why truth is my core value, and that's what it means to me. Okay, so that's the type of detail we're trying to find here. For value 2, so for me, love. Love comes down to, it's not just romantic love, but it's care for other human beings, and knowing the amount of suffering that I've experienced and wanting to try and alleviate that suffering from others. So for me, the value love is care. And I feel like these values are all kind of intertwined, and that's okay. Truth, love, and wisdom, I feel like they are all intertwined. And what we're doing by separating them is just kind of getting a little bit more clear on what they are. So for me, love is about care. It's about sharing. It's about connection. It's about helping people. Okay. And then value 3, wisdom. So what this means for me is knowledge, experience, learning, teaching, communicating, and sharing things that I think will help increase people's happiness, health, and lives. So that is how we kind of figure out what our core values are. In the next section, I'll scroll down here. Step 2. So values to verbs, how you live them. This is about trying to find an action word. So if this value were alive in my behavior, what would it look like? use action words only, verbs, not adjectives. So values to verbs. So that first value of mine, truth. The verbs would be seek the truth. So seeking the truth, speaking the truth, living the truth, appreciating the truth. So this would come out in, being honest, being authentic. So those are all a few different actions for how I can turn that value into a verb. Next would be love. So love would be caring for people, helping people, listening to people, asking them, hey, what do you need? Is there anything I can do to help you? Or appreciating people, saying thank you to them, telling them how much they mean to you, giving people compliments. Okay, those are all different ways you can express love as one of your values. And then third, wisdom. I would say it's taking the knowledge and the information that I've learned and living it. So it's putting it into practice. It's continuing to learn. It's continuing to put in an effort towards bettering myself, towards personal growth, meditating every day, getting enough sleep, reading, talking with people, exercising. So these are all ways that I live that wisdom and express wisdom is through my actions and behaviors. So living it, practicing what I preach. Okay. Once we've done that, we'll go down to step 3 here. And this is the alignment audit. So let's see, where am I in alignment and where am I not? Habits and behaviors that express my values. So I feel like doing the YouTube channel is probably the newest thing that I've been doing in the last 30 days to express all of these, because this is how I express truth, wisdom, and love and care and helping for people. So I feel like doing these YouTube videos for me is a way to do that. Exercising, meditating, how I communicate with people, learning continuously, always trying to better myself and learn more. Habits and behaviors that contradict my values. So for me, one of the values I didn't mention was actually freedom and courage. When I did the values assessment, you'll see if you watch that video that some of the ones that I found were freedom and courage. And I think one of the big things is when I have worked for other organizations, when I have had to work jobs in order to survive, it can be really out of alignment for me and draining on my mental health. Um, Part of the reason why I ended up quitting the last job that I had, it was just very draining, the whole lifestyle of it, and I wasn't able to prioritize sleep and regulating my nervous system. So I chose a different path and realigned my behavior. But I would say habits and behaviors right now that contradict my values. I've been really focused on aligning all of it, and I've spent years trying to do this. So I think right now, most of what I'm doing is aligned with truth, with love, and with wisdom. The few habits that I'm still working on, I still have a tendency right now to use food as a coping mechanism and sometimes soothing. So learning to regulate my emotions and not stress eat. Stress eating is something I have started doing a little bit more, and I'm trying to be more conscious of not doing that. Okay, so that's kind of what that's like. No judgment, just awareness, trying to become aware of where you're in alignment and out of alignment. And this one, optional alignment commitment, choose one small habit you will practice this week that clearly expresses one of your values. So you can pick one, for you. For me, truth, love, or wisdom. And then I would come up with a habit or action I could do, one and how often, and then reflect. When I practiced this habit, I felt more aligned, less aligned, no change. and then list an insight you noticed. Reminder, alignment is not perfection. It is consistency over time. Revisit the worksheet monthly and refine as you grow. Okay, so this is a worksheet that you can do for yourself for the values alignment activity. All right, and I will share this in a PDF so you can check that out. All right, good luck. So, yeah, that is day 22, the values to verbs alignment assignment. Hopefully, this will give you a little bit more clarity and direction on what you value and how you can live your values in your life. Thanks for being here. God bless. Good luck. See you tomorrow.